My name is Krisha Moeller. I'm the Director of IT for Compass Charter Schools. Compass Charter Schools is actually one of the few fully remote or fully online charter school programs in the state of California. We service students who are in grades from TK all the way to 12th grade. And we service students in San Diego, Los Angeles, and in Yolo. When I came on with Compass Charter Schools just last year, we, at the time, were working with a third-party vendor for cybersecurity and endpoint management services. But unfortunately, that vendor wasn't really giving us a lot of the oversight that we needed to just to be able to manage our fleet and to manage all the devices that we give out to both our teachers and to our students. And we do have a lot of students with devices, and especially since we are K through 12, it's really important for us to make sure that those devices are managed well. A big part of the reason that we went over to ManageEngine was just to take advantage again of those integrations. And so there's a lot of integration opportunities and really just a large fleet of different kinds of products that work well together. And so that was a big part of the decision why we moved over to ManageEngine. We used to use a help desk system that was more geared towards, I guess I would say sales or for external users. It didn't really have a lot of the integrations that we felt that we needed for asset management and just to track more of the kinds of issues that we experienced internally. So we made the decision to make the switch to ServiceDesk Plus because we were really looking for that combination of services, not just to answer tickets or solve problems, but specifically to answer technology-related tickets and to look at the kinds of devices or assets that our students and our staff were working with to help us expedite those tickets, try to troubleshoot issues faster. And so that was a big part of the reason why we made the move. We were using Zoho Vault. And so we used Zoho Vault just to basically manage our passwords. And then through Zoho Vault, we started looking at the fleet of other Zoho products, and we came across ManageEngine. And I knew at that time that we were looking at a solution to help us manage our endpoints that would give us more of that oversight that we were lacking with our previous vendor. And so we started with Endpoint Central, and then from there we saw the Endpoint Central integrated with ServiceDesk Plus. So we ended up going over to ServiceDesk Plus to take advantage of the integration to, again, help us respond to tickets in a way where we could then troubleshoot quicker using Endpoint Central or being able to jump into the endpoint management system to provide that kind of tech support that was being described or required in those tickets. We're actually relatively new to ManageEngine, so we just started using it for just this year. We're using Endpoint Central predominantly and also ServiceDesk Plus as our primary ticketing system and our avenue for giving support to both our staff and our students as well. And we've been really happy with the results so far, so it's been pretty good. I come from a K through 12 background, so I oversee the IT programs for schools. And when you're overseeing IT programs for schools, there's a lot of challenges and specific data requirements or data reporting requirements that come along with that is relatively unique to a K through 12 environment. So one of the reasons that we were really drawn to ServiceDesk Plus specifically was we had the ability to leverage custom fields that allowed us to draw information from our SIS system, which is our student information system, and then integrate that together with the student accounts in ServiceDesk Plus. And the advantage of that is by being able to leverage the asset management feature and the ticketing solutions in ServiceDesk Plus, combined with the ability to integrate information from our student information system, it made it much easier for us to generate reports when they were required for information like, for example, how many of our students who are homeless have gotten devices from us, or how many of our students in our special education programs are leveraging the technologies we're providing for them, and what kinds of technologies are they preferring, or what kind of apps are they preferring to use. And so these are questions that in the past were really challenging for us to answer because we could track data from different asset management systems, but we didn't necessarily have the customization or the integrations that would allow us to pull reports that allow us to filter essentially for the kinds of information that as an IT department for a school we have to uphold. So that was something that was really, really helpful with ServiceDesk Plus. I would recommend ManageEngine products for K through 12, specifically because of the level of support that you get with the products and the ability to integrate their products with such a wide variety of other systems, including those that are relatively unique to K through 12. They have a very open system of support for customized scripts and customized fields and so forth, and that has made our work as an IT department in K through 12 much easier to manage because we're able to integrate with our SIS systems, our information systems, and through those integrations, we're able to pull reports that are really helpful for our team and vital for us to report, for example, to the state how many devices we're sending out to students or to staff based off of special population groups that we're working with. And that's something that I really haven't seen in a lot of other IT products. So ManageEngine has been really great, really reliable for us to be able to create those kinds of reports and those kinds of integrations that are really relevant to our and really vital for our field. Three things come to mind with ManageEngine. One, I really appreciate the customization opportunities. There's always a team of people to support you with integrating different kinds of scripts or unique scripts to help you solve issues that are unique to your field or to your organization. And that's been really helpful for us, especially coming from a field that isn't often well recognized in the IT field. So that's been coming from K through 12. So that's something that's been, I think, really helpful for us. I also appreciate the level of support that we get since we are a relatively small IT team compared to the number of endpoints that we have to manage. Being able to leverage the support from the ManageEngine staff has been really helpful in kind of helping us delegate some of our issues over there so we can get the kind of support that we need. And then the third thing, again, was integration, which I brought up before, just the ability to integrate across multiple different platforms or add-ons or plugins to be able to try to get more of our IT infrastructure under one house, so to speak, to make those kinds of the ability to have that kind of oversight much easier to accomplish. ManageEngine has been really responsive to our needs. I don't think it's something they have to do better, but I do appreciate the fact that when we come from, again, like a field as, I don't want to say as unique as ours, but again, not maybe as well represented in the IT field, coming from K through 12 specifically, being able to approach ManageEngine with issues that are unique to us and trying to find solutions or to make recommendations for expanding the product so it better suits our field, I think is a really valuable service that they provide. And the fact that they're very open to that, I think is really nice and makes them stand out from other types of IT companies. One of the things that I'm really interested in looking at more is the AD or the Active Directory system. I'm also interested in some of the platforms I saw today, or features I should say, that I saw today to integrate AI or ZIA into ServiceDesk Plus. As I mentioned before, we are a relatively small IT team compared to the number of users we have to support and interact with. And so some tasks like being able to generate an FAQ or a warehouse of different solutions for our staff, our students to look through for commonly asked questions or issues. It's very time consuming for our small team to do that when we have so many students, so many staff. So the ability to possibly leverage AI or to take advantage of the chat GTP integration to be able to start generating some of those FAQs by looking or assessing on a more holistic level all the types of tickets we're getting would be really helpful for my team to be able to just kind of generate the documentation that we need to be able to send it out and respond to new tickets coming in the future. This is my first user conference. I've done some workshops in the past, but this is the first actual user conference I've attended. But the one thing that really stands out to me that I really appreciate is the level of support that I've seen here, which I've grown accustomed to with working with the ManageEngine team. And so just looking around the conference, there's a ton of staff members working on behalf of ManageEngine who are on hand all the time to help you with your questions about the products, to connect you with people for different platforms or unique features. And generally everyone here is also unsurprisingly tech savvy and really understand their product really well. And so I really appreciate that. So it's not just like you're talking to somebody from sales or from somebody who doesn't really understand maybe doesn't have as deep of an insight into the product. Here, I feel like all the staff who I've spoken to so far have that deep level of insight into the product and are able to answer your questions really quickly and even take down recommendations you have or things that you're showing them to integrate that into the products as well. And so I really appreciate that. And that's something that I think is really unique compared to other IT conferences I've been to in the past.